Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Yeah. Know thyself, understand your anger, try to understand the root cause of those destructive fantasies or ideas. If you've been cruel and sadistic in the past, be honest with yourself. Don't waste time trying to internally justify the nasty shit you've done to others. Face it and try to understand it. I can see myself in younger men in and around me. I don't think I'm imagining things when I say I can see the internal struggle. It's not easy. It's not. The ego can at times be restrictive, can be less than helpful, but yeah, we're all subject to the same world, the same forces. We have to deal with each other in a constructive way, and we have to constantly work on ourselves. Another quote. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol or morphine or idealism. Well, people do have a tendency to fall in love with their philosophies or systems of ideas, don't they? Yeah, the contest of ideas leading to, in some cases, partisanship. This can obviously shape the identity of individuals. A man can build a version of himself around a central ideal, guarding and nurturing it, rejecting out of hand any attacks on his identity. Over time, compulsive, repetitive behaviour with negative consequences might become the norm. There's been quite a lot of neuroscience research on the subject of addiction of one kind or another since the days of Carl Jung. Yep. I'm no expert in neuroscience by any stretch of the imagination, so I can't really talk about that. We do have this unfortunate tendency, though, human beings, to fall into traps we didn't see coming. Some people escape through willpower, some are consumed by denial and never free themselves. Yeah. Am I just talking complete bollocks here? Anyway, next quote. The man who promises everything is sure to fulfill nothing, and everyone who promises too much is in danger of using evil means in order to carry out his promises, and is already on the road to perdition. Not a fan of the word evil, not a word you really hear present-day psychologists employing in earnest, but having said that, we do have to watch out for people in positions of power who seek to seduce with grand public promises, unrealistic, morally questionable, huge guarantees. I'm thinking about warmonger politicians who promise peace and play on national pride and prejudice. And it's sad but true that many people fall for that kind of rhetoric, that kind of shit. Quote, women are a magical force. They surround themselves with an emotional tension stronger than the rationality of men. Woman is a very, very strong being, magical. That is why I'm afraid of women. Yeah, another word I'm not a massive fan of, magical, but whatever. Are all men, or all males, afraid of women on some deep level? If so, do you think this fear has been a huge motivational factor in the creation of cultures around the globe? 2 questions for my audience to ponder there. And let me know what you're thinking in the comments section if you like, folks. Quote, "We are so captivated by and entangled in our subjective consciousness that we have forgotten the age-old fact that God speaks chiefly through dreams and visions." Carl Jung was of the belief that we are, or should I say our psyches are, by nature religious. I've read quite a few of the things he said about astrology too. Fascinating character, this man. I by no means find myself in agreement with all his views or concepts, but yeah, clearly he was a deep thinker. Reading about the animus archetypes really stimulates the old brain. Okay, one more quote here. "Every civilized human being, whatever his conscious development, is still an archaic man at the deeper levels of his psyche. Just as the human body connects us with the mammals and displays numerous relics of earlier evolutionary stages going back to even the reptilian age, so the human psyche is likewise a product of evolution, which, when followed up to its origin, show countless archaic traits." Yeah, still carrying around potentially dangerous baggage, our species. And there are clearly plenty of archaic notions still floating around today. Anyway, rate, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you next time, folks. Take care of yourselves.